There's a new California case that just came out from the Court of Appeal, and it holds that even in a situation where salespeople are getting breaks and taking the breaks, if you're being paid on a pure commission basis, then the breaks are not paid breaks, and that's a violation of law, and people are entitled to substantial compensation. And the peculiar feature of this kind of work is you have a situation where you're getting paid in commissions, but the employer is advancing a draw or an advance against the commissions. And the idea is that if you haven't made enough to make your minimum this week or this pay period, then the employer makes that up. So for example, if you have no sales in week 1, the employer pays you the minimum wage or some amount like that, say $12 an hour, which would be 12 times 40 is $480 for the week. So the employer pays you $480, but that's really just an advance. It's not an actual payment. And if you make the money back in a later month or later week with commissions, the employer then claws back the amount that they previously advanced you. And what that means is that you're not being paid any sum of money just for breaks. And the two ways the employer could do this legally are, one, they could say, we're going to pay you minimum wage and then we will pay you extra as a commission. But you're always going to get the minimum wage, and if you never make any commissions, you get to keep the minimum wage. The other way they could do it is they could pay you separately for breaks, although I've never heard of anybody doing that. But where you have a job that is just a commission payment, you are not being paid for your rest breaks as required by law. You may be getting a rest break, but it's not a paid rest break if you're only being paid through commissions. And people who are subject to that kind of policy are entitled to significant compensation. That's a new case in California. And really the issue is so complicated that if anybody has a question about whether this does affect them, whether they might be entitled to some kind of compensation, the best thing to do is call us and explain what the commission payment structure is, and we can determine whether or not it's lawful.